Morning, evening I should say. I'm a little bit slow setting up today. So welcome to the class, stretch class as you know. So I suspect if you're joining me it's because you feel like your body needs a good stretch. So that's what we're going to do now. So let's get into the exercises. So you probably want to take a seat to begin and have your heels together and your knees apart. And we'll just get into the stretch. Starting with this position, which we usually start with this position. And we'll hold each stretch for between 1 to 2 minutes. As you know, that's generally the way that we do it with the stretch class. And we'll, like last week, get into a few face yoga positions as well when we come down onto the mat mainly. So just think about the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just feel that stretch in your inner thigh, your groin. So you might want to just push down with your elbows too to assist you in this stretch. Oh, no, Look at them, they're already starting. They're trying to get up. No. Ana está bajando sus pantalones. They're getting naked. I'm not going to accept it. They're crazy. Anyway, because a few of you have just switched on now, I'll hold this for an extra minute. Hello. Good to see you back. I'm happy that you're back. My girls are so strange. Here they come. Ana, para acá, más acá. Decided that she wants to take her clothes off. No saltas. Saltas y es mala por la señal. ¿Puedes hacer tus rompecabezas, por favor? And the other one. I was just listening to a little bit of Pink beforehand, and I'm definitely going to do the Pink class. No. I didn't realise she was doing that last time, and I looked back at it because I wanted to see if they were okay in the screen, and I saw that she was doing weird dancing. So trust me, I just wanted to do that, especially in front of everybody. So listen, team, and on video, we're going to take our legs out wide. And then you can hold on to anywhere along the leg to pull yourselves down. But what you don't want to do is tip forward from your... And come down. Yeah, so like I was saying, we're going to do a Pink class. And I'm going to do, like every song, we're going to do a different sort of exercise. So Maury and Ronit, are you guys in? Because if you're in, I'll do it not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. If you're not in, I'm going to do it Friday week. Because I don't want you to guys not be happy with class. So you just let me know if you like Pink, I'll do it on Saturday. If you don't like Pink, I'll do it on the Friday. So make sure when you're doing this one that you don't let your toes tip forward. They're sort of staying outward. And just really relax into that position by using your breathing. Ana, haces tu rompecabezas, nada más. Went to Ruffy Lake Park this afternoon with the girls. Anna was a bit lazy today. She stayed in the pram, but Alva did the whole circuit. And so many beautiful dogs. Beautiful dogs everywhere. Hi. Oh, you love Pink? You're all right. What's better for you, Friday or Saturday? Okay. I can't see what Maury's written. I'm going to come in up a little bit closer. Saturday. Okay, so next Saturday week. And spread the word for people that like Pink. Just giving myself a cramp. And I'm finally getting my heater fixed fully tomorrow morning, which is good. Okay, so we're going to bring our legs together. Because I've got a bad cramp, I'm going to get rid of that by just going into a stretch. So we're going to a stick pose. So you bring your toes up towards you. There we go. No, tu trasero basta, anda con time.
No.
The other day, Ramiro was having an English lesson, and so I was out with the girls down on the back, sort of down where we're growing the carrots. And so I think Ramiro had put water on the mud So there was dirt there, and they decided to make like mud. And then the next thing you know, they're starting to play with mud. So I'm like, well, just give me your tops so you don't get dirty. So they give me their tops. And so then there's mud all over their bodies, over their face. Then I'm like, give me your pants. And then they were like trying to, especially this one, take her whole pants. And I was talking to my neighbour down the bottom, and he's like a man in his 50s. He was like, do I look? Do I not look? Is she going to think I'm weird? You better go. You better go. I'm like, all right, I brought them back to have a bath. That was so filthy, but I had to clean them off outside to start. Okay, let's listen. Bring the right leg in. The left leg goes out, and we're going to take ourselves down. I had to clean them off in the entrance before we came into the house, before they go to the bath, just to get the mud off. And it was like, because it was not so warm, it wasn't cold. But then, like, you know when you get cold water on your back or something, and because every time I'm washing them, like, anyway, so if you want more, we're taking your arm over. And then, no, chicas, no pueden verme. Yo necesito mostrar algo. So if you can, you hold on, and then your other arm comes around just to open you up a little bit. So it's a bit more of an extension. If you don't like it, you just go for the holding with the same arm as the leg that's out. I think Anna's doing the class. I think they're trying to do the class. ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Estás haciendo clase conmigo? Ah, okay. Anna's in a down dog, modified down dog. No tan mal, mi amor. She's doing a one arm down dog. Now one leg. One leg's better than one arm. Pretty impressive. No frente a me. Come on. Okay, so let's come out of that. And we're actually... Ya no está chistoso. Mueves atrás. Now we're going to go to the other side. Take the other leg out. Wow. Some stretches over there. They can both show you. I'll be here. You can look at them or you can look at me. So we're going to go down the same leg. Just feel comfortable there before we move into the next level. Anna's given up. Alba's in her lotus. Practicing her yoga. So for those of you who are really reaching over, gosh, I feel very tight in this one because I haven't done it for so long. So coming over, and then the other arm comes around just to try and open you up. ¿Puedes decirme? ¿Puedes apagar la luz después de estar arriba? Apaga la luz arriba. No, y tú no puedes, Ana. Tú no alcanzas. Lo que es de los tres luces agua, no de los dos. Solo apaga la una de arriba. Ana, no saltas ahí. No. Ven acá. I'm sorry. I'm worried she'll make the reception go if she's jumping. So. Okay. Suficiente, te mando por arriba. Te mando por arriba. No saltas. Tú tienes que ser buena influencia, no mala influencia. Couple more breaths here. Ana. No. Si haces, voy a my puppy. No. So we're going to take one leg forward and then just reach her. Doesn't matter which leg. En este momento no estoy muy feliz contigo. Estás portándote mal. Tú también. Let's breathe. I need these breaths right now. Cuidado, tus cabezas van a chocar algo. Yeah, so we send her back to school when school starts because she needs the socialization again. Though I just bumped into a lady that's from our school. Her daughter went to kinder with Alba. And it sounds like academically I was on track. So really, it's the social that she needs. I was doing well. We've just been testing times tables. She's on it. She wants me to do one for you guys. All right. 7 por 8. I've just said to her 7 8. 7 por 8. Haces en español, después traducirlo. Ana, happy para acogerte. Ana.
48.
No, ese es 7 por 6. Ese es 6 por 8. She's just done 6 8. She does actually know the times table. 7 por 8.
Okay.
7 por 8, ¿no?
18, 24, 30, 37, 36, 36.
I'll just pretend I did six sixes. And she's given me the answer to that. She can skip count, but learning like the times tables, you know. But she can do the whole one skip counting. But anyway, she knows how to read. I'm happy. Geography's going well. Like I said, socialization, that's definitely lacking. Necesito. Tú estás portándote mal, entonces apuesta no. Tú sabes. ¿No quieres terminar la rompecabezas? Están todos mezclados ya. I'll terminar. After we finish this one, we'll get into some exercises down on our back.
And put a dress on.
Siéntate en mi mat, ¿ok? No más. No, yo no quiero que estés en mi mat, ya. Basta. ¿Por qué me chocaste con tu pantalón?
No te dice.
Yoga. Es suficiente.
No te dice.
So just a couple of breaths more here, and then we're going to lie down on our back. Okay, so coming up, and we are lying down now. And we'll just get into our happy baby to start. So hold on to the inside of the foot to pull down. Happy baby. Oh, another happy baby. Not so much a baby. ¿Te sabes? Su ropa no es sucia, es para poner mañana otra vez. So this is for the groin in the Basta saltando, dona, continue, por favor. Mira tu ropa cabeza ya. Hago la pieza, pero espera, hace que tiene la pieza que es correcta.
No, es otro día, desde la mañana es esto.
Entonces está en la otra.
No está, ya lo busqué.
So instead of this pose, if you want something a little more challenging, is to take the legs out, or you can bring your hands onto the inner thigh and use that weight to bring it down a little bit further. Ellos hicieron pony en la mañana. Entonces el número 4 debe estar en el número 4 de los de Elsa.
Sí, que busqué no, esa pieza no
Entonces esa bajada de energía.
Esa pieza no está buena.
Esa bajada de energía.
No, yo no voy a salir donde tú estás y no puedo callar.
Es imposible que está perdida. Tiene que estar. So getting ready to move on very shortly. We'll get into more for the legs.
¿Qué número es esa?
Es 1.
Número 9.
All right, so we're going to bring The back leg can come in and just stay down. Top leg's coming up, and I'd like you to flex the foot and just pull the leg towards you. So you can stay here, but if you're feeling comfortable, then just take the other leg away straight as well. So I've got my hand behind my thigh, but you could bring your hand up behind your calf, or if you're extra flexible, you can hold on to the foot. Main thing is to just try and keep the leg as straight as possible. Will it be copyright if I'm putting pink songs on now that I'm thinking about it? I mean, I'm not exactly well known, so no one's going to know anything, but hopefully it's not going to be a problem. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, Saturday week, I'm excited. I'll look at the songs and see what songs go well with what type of exercises. Hopefully it'll be a good class. Hopefully you can hear me and the music as well. Now this leg, you have the option to bend the knee and take the knee out to the side and then the arms go out, or you can hold on to your foot and take the leg out. But you still want to keep your other arm down like this. This is the other arm, just to keep your shoulders flat down. Just focus on the deep breathing. So you're opening out into your hip. That's what you'll feel, that in your hip of the side that is down long. And the leg that's out to the side, you'll feel it in through the thigh. ¿Lo encontraste?
No.
Saca tus manos de tu ropa interior, Alba, si no es apropiado. Ana, no. Alba está haciendo conmigo.
Que se van a ver, por favor.
Tampoco no está nada. If you want to step again on anything, just ask.
Oh, here we go. Alright, so we're going to bring this leg in. And just land it down, and then we'll take the other leg up, flexing the foot. Hold it. Anna, no. Está apagado. No está apagado, solo está. No está caliente. So bring the leg in closer if you feel like you're not getting much of a stretch, and option of course is to take the leg straight. Gracias.
No.
Now. I assume that they will be back after their bath. By then you might be missing them. I don't know. So keep this going a little bit longer before we take the leg out to the side. Stretching out the hip, stretching out through the back of the leg. So the main thing is to keep the leg as straight as possible. There were so many beautiful dogs, like I mentioned, but there were a few that were exactly the same as my brother's dog, and he has a Kelpie, but it's got a little bit of Alsatian in it, so it's not typical Kelpie look in the sense that it's a bit shorter and a bit stockier. It's longer and leaner, and he's black with brown markings. And there were 3 other dogs that were the same. One was 4 months old, that's not my brother's dog. My brother's dog's just turned 1. And then there's another dog that's 18 months. His name is Romeo. The other dog was named Dexter. My brother's dog was Jax. So cute. So cute. Dogs are amazing. Okay, so listen team. Either bend the knee to take the leg out to the side and open the arm out, or like I said before, take the foot out, but you just want to try and keep those hips down. We're going to get into the face yoga stuff soon, I promise. I haven't forgotten about it. I'm not almost did though, the girls were distracting me. But we'll get into it shortly. Just enjoy the breaths while you're here. You don't have to go for the full leg position, you can do the bent knee, so there's always options. Right, so team, we're going to bring this back leg on top of the other and then bring both legs in and just wrap your hands around. And then if you can take a circular motion, just one way with the circles, then we can repeat going the other way. The legs won't be doing the circles the whole time, sorry, the foot. We'll stop in a moment. But just let's reverse it the other way. And then just stop and pull it in even more. And if you want more, push that knee that is on top away from you. And that way you're going to get a double benefit of that push-pull. And if you're feeling quite relaxed and you're enjoying this position, just close your eyes. You can just relax here. I'll try not to talk too much so you can enjoy it. So let's hold on to opposite feet. So your top hand holds on, well, you know which is your opposite foot. So hold on, keep the legs bent and then just lower the legs in this position. And now we're going to get our fingertips, thumbs onto the inner of the outside part of your eye, and then the other two, one is in the middle of the eyebrow and the other is just inside the forehead. And you're just pushing up. So opposing gravity here, even though we're down, lying down. Imagine if we were seated, that's opposing gravity that way. So we're just pushing up. The thumbs are sort of going to the sides, okay? Now, of course, if you don't want to do this, you can just take your arms overhead, keep those eyes closed. And now we'll make a fist and we'll just, from the inside part of your chin, just open out along the jawline, out and sort of up towards the ear. We'll do about 10 strokes or so. Now from here, let's change our leg. We're going to hold on to that foot and then just bend the leg so your thigh comes in line with that other leg. So we've got to stretch down your quad and around through the glute and the hip of the leg that's out the other way. Now from here, 2 fingers. They're going to go into the middle of your forehead and start to brush up quite fast. Yeah, so in the middle of the forehead. Now move it a little bit to one side, and it's sort of like in the middle of your eyebrow, and it's still working upwards. So you're going up, 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 and just circling over. And then take it over towards the end of that eyebrow and continue doing that up. And then take it to the side, to the temple, and just up. So those 2 fingers are working really hard, sideways, to out they go. Now back to the center it comes. And we're going to do it all the other way. Your arms are getting a bit of a workout, your fingers maybe. So take it to the middle part of the eyebrow the other way now. And then out towards the end of that eyebrow. I'm assuming you've all got normal length eyebrows here and you haven't shaved them and they've gotten shorter. And then out to the side. So you're taking that out to the side. All right, good. Let's move our leg now, the one that's out to the side. Come over and cross Now you can, if you prefer, to have both knees stacked and do that way, or you can have it crossed and be down, whatever feels best for you. My floor's pretty hard, so I might just do the stacked. So you want to have both arms out, and then if you can, just the arm that is closest to the knees, so that way we can work it, is we're just going to pull up. So have your grip as wide as possible, a bit of like a pistol, but then just lifting up. And you can even use those bent fingers in the middle part of the forehead, so everything's going upwards again. That's Anna singing, if you can hear that. She's a noisy little thing. Okay, so let's bend back in and let's take the other leg on top, okay? So we're holding on in, crossing the fingers over, and let's just do some circles one way again. I got a notification on my Facebook that the little video, that 5-minute video that I made for Fitness First weeks ago now, was put onto the site. That's nice. And then go the other way. They haven't asked me to do another one. I actually did 2 videos at the same time, so I'm curious if they'll put the other one up. I was getting paranoid they hadn't put it up for so long. I was like, what have I done wrong? But anyway, pull the legs in. Keep on doing that, and then just stop the leg and keep on pulling in. And for those of you who want more, you should be feeling this burn all the way down your thigh. Just push the leg away. Really, really beneficial stretch to help release the glute muscles and then in turn help your lower back. So I'm going to hold on to our opposite feet again. Keep the legs crossed as you lower them down. And now what we're going to do is just your cheekbones underneath them. You're lifting up and towards the lower part of your eye. You can use as many fingers as you want to do this, and you're sort of running up along the cheekbone as well, like this. Now, 2 fingers, just run them from underneath your eyes to the side and then in underneath. So you're running all the way from the outside of the under part of the eye to the inside, just tapping. So you're giving yourself a little bit of a puffy filler for under the eyes. Everything else is tightening the face muscles. But these are just like a filler to plump out a little bit under the eyes that seem to always get a bit drawn, especially if you're not sleeping enough. Okay, let's change our leg position. So top leg lift up, you hold your foot and you place that foot along the thigh of the other leg. And again, we're making a fist, but this time the fist is just running underneath your jaw, from the chin and back. Like I said, I'm not going to do the lip and mouth moving exercises. I just think it looks a bit weird. I do them myself in bed. but I won't do them on the camera. All right, so we're going to pick up the leg now and cross it over. Like I said, you can just do that with the arms out, one leg over on the top, or have the legs stacked and both legs go over, which I'm going to do. And then the arm that's closest to those legs that are over, again, pistol grip and just start lifting up. This is the last exercise down here on the mat, and then we'll come up to seated again and get into some more intense glute hip opening stretches before we get into some legs and back stuff. Do you feel your face is a little bit more pulled? Not in the moment when you're pulling it, but when you stop, I reckon I definitely feel a difference. All right, so bring the legs in and we're going to just roll ourselves up to a seated position, and I'll just get the mat back in to a sort of centered with the spring look, and then we'll bring our right leg under and our left leg on top. So just sit yourself evenly on both sit bones, and we want to take our right arm up and push down. So if you don't feel comfortable pushing down, with my next, what am I trying to say? With the next progression, you can just stay pushing down. However, if you can, you want to join your fingers behind you. And this will give you a lovely stretch in your shoulders, a little bit in the tricep of this arm that's up. Bracing your bellies. Shoulders staying relaxed. We won't hold the arms much longer. This position with the legs though will continue. So just let's release the arms really gently. We're not going to do the side ones. We're just going to come straight forward. So you can have your arms back and just tip forward, or if you want more, come forward with the arms as well. While we're here, let's just move our cheek up and just hold it. Yeah, so you're sort of just pulling back like you've had a facelift, but we hold. My grandmother, she had skin cancer just a little bit on her cheek, and they cut it out and they sort of tightened her cheek. So she was a very, very, very vain woman. She was an attractive woman up in, all her life, and she was in her 90s, and she'll be like, imagine if they did the other side, and she'd pull it back and she'd be like, see, look how good I look, and she'd be pulling it back like she'd had a facelift. Wouldn't leave the house without lipstick at 95. Pretty amazing. I am completely opposite. I'm not into fashion at all. She was into fashion, makeup, hair, shoes. I'm completely not. But good on her. Right, so we're going to come up out of that, and we'll hold on to your top leg and take it to whatever side your top leg is on, and then the bottom leg goes away, so we're getting into our swan. So you want to bring your hip and heel on top of one another. And then if you feel comfortable, just lie flat. I don't feel comfortable, so I just keep myself up on my elbows, but keep ensuring that my hip goes over on top of the heel. Palms onto your forehead, sort of to the outside, and pull your forehead up so that you're sort of making your eyes go very long and narrow, yeah? And just hold that one. Pull it back as far as you can. So now my palms are sort of at the corner of my eye, and I'm just holding that back. Obviously, I'm keeping my eyes shut because I can't really open them. They're being pulled so narrow. Just release that, and we'll come up. You've got to kind of blink a few times so that your vision comes back. So we're going to stay here. If you have the desire to move on and make it a little bit more intense with me, then you can. But if you don't, you just stay here. So the option is to hold on to your foot and just bring it in, or you can place your hand on your thigh. Then the other option is to bring the other arm up high. And then your final option, those of you who've been doing this a while with me, you know, is to just lace those fingers together. Now, I haven't forgotten about the other side. We're going to do everything, but we're going to do it in reverse order, and we are going to break it up with a frog, okay? So the frog is coming now. We're going to release the position, just gently lower that foot down, and just turn yourself so that the knees are out wide and then your feet go out wider and you're pushing your bottom back. As you're breathing out, really feel the stomach lifting up. This is our frog. It's a very intense groin, hip opening exercise. We'll come out of it shortly. So to come out, just lean your body forward, bring the legs in, bring it in, and then you're going to take your other knee away, the other way, and just bring your hip onto your heel. Okay, so we're just doing everything now the other side, but we'll start down low, then we'll do the complicated one, and then we'll be facing forward again. So I won't forget any of the stretches that we've done. If you want, just bring this 2 pointer fingers and just bring the chin back towards the throat. And then move it to the side, just crossing them over to the other side. And keep that going. And then go to the side again. Switch to the other side. And that's enough. We won't do any more face yoga today. I think we've done a fair bit. So coming up, if you want to stay here, the options get progressively more challenging. So bending the knee to hold on, lifting the arm up, connecting the fingers behind. Any of those options are yours for the taking, but they're also yours for the rejecting, okay? You don't have to do them. So you're not sitting back on your bottom. See that I can bring my hand through? Can't see it, but you can. Like there. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful sunset. I can see the colours of the sky already starting to change. The clouds are sort of getting a bit of a pinkish tinge. Alga's bedroom up the top, she gets the best sunrises. She has the greatest view. And she has the view of the mountains. And sometimes when the hot air balloons go by, early, when there's no COVID time, they can get so close. It's amazing. Let's just gently release that. And this is when you do sit down on your bottom and this foot comes out on top. So now it's your left leg that's on top. Wait on. Is that right? No. It's your right leg on top. That's Didn't work the way I wanted it to. It wasn't smooth. So your right leg's on top, so your left arm goes down and you're pushing down on it. That's right, now with the right leg on top. If you can, lace the fingers. Thought it was going to be a smooth transition. Didn't work. Oh well. Live and learn. It's a really lovely stretch for that tricep, shoulders, and just to lengthen in through the spine. Couple more breaths here. Now we just release that and we'll gently come on forward. Now after this stretch here, I'm going to move the mat long ways and I'm just going to lift the screen up a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of back and then we're going to get into our legs to finish. Quite a few leg exercises though, so hopefully you don't have anywhere to go in the next 20 or so minutes because we're going to take our time with them. Do it well. You've got curfew in 2 hours, so don't go anywhere. We've extended to 3 hours though, 9 o'clock. Look, I think it's good. Got to keep people in. All right, so gently come on out of that. And like I said, I'm just going to quickly give the mat a rotation and lift the screen up a fraction. Right, so we're getting into our cobra. Back needs that. So we're just trying to lift up as much as you can and just open out the chest, pushing the shoulders back and down. Really nice release for the back, this one. So come up onto all fours and we're going to just bring the one arm through and you're connecting head down onto the mat and then use your other arm to sort of twist you. This is a lovely spinal twist. You should have your bottom up high, your knees are underneath your hips. Now that hand that's out in front, just bring it back to your side to lift yourselves up and then to change to the other side. And then use your arm to just twist you again. So bring that hand in, coming up, have a quick seat back, and I'd like you to, if you can, bring your hands into the prayer, but behind your back. If you can't do the prayer, just lace your fingers, and then we'll take our head over to one side. Don't think I've moved the screen far enough up. Let's head over to the other side, so I'm probably going to cut my head off for some of these exercises. But I don't want to cut the feet off, so it's okay. Back a bit. So head back into the centre. Let's start with the right foot doing all the work. So right foot comes in line with the knee of the left leg, and you're moving your body weight forward like you're going to start a race. You're in that ready, set position, yeah? And then your heel, you should be able to place your fingers under it. So you've not got your heel down touching. Just lean forward. So you feel this stretch hopefully all the way down your Achilles. That's the back of your ankle and running up into your calf as well. So now if I'll come back down, Blue is going to be starting in 5 minutes, so maybe not. Nice stretch this one. And touch wood, that camera keeps going in a cooperative manner. So we're going to step up and then step the leg forward and then outside your body line, and then pick up your back foot with one or both hands. And just pull the leg up towards your bottom, the foot, and that way you're going to feel a very tight stretch for your quad. So the key to keep you balanced is to take that foot outside your body line more. Yeah, if you're feeling like it's too close in and you're wobbling around, just step the foot out. Yeah. I'm just looking at the clock up on the kitchen, on the oven, because I can't really see the clock. I'm a bit far away now on the screen. So yeah, let's tip forward and just release the foot so your knee doesn't get the brunt of that, and then step that foot forward more, still a little bit outside your body line. And then your hands come in, so you can stay at that level, or you can come onto your elbows. This is a really strong one for your thigh, around underneath, and then the hip of the other leg. A lot of the exercises we do bend forward, folding, crunching, all of that's bending in the hips. So this is just working the opposing muscle groups in these stretches. If it's too much being down here on the elbows, then please by all means come step back up onto the hands. So just keep checking that clock up there every so often. Where these ones we're just holding for a minute, okay? Okay, so just gently bring yourself back up, and then you're going to keep your heel down, toe can lift as you work your way back, and then hold on to your opposite foot. ¿Tienes?
Adiós.
¿Tienes medias? Porfa, sucio.
Le voy a subir muy rápido. Entonces decirle, ¿Llevas flexionando haciéndolo?
Videos. ¿Quieres hacer buenas noches a Mario, Ronit y Valerie?
Good night, Mario, Ronit, and good night, Valerie.
Pero ven a decirlos.
I'm just letting him because Blue is starting in 1 minute.
Hueles bien, ¿por qué? ¿Qué tienes? ¿Mi crema? Alright, so we're going to turn ourselves and then just move that foot down. This one is going to stay for 2 minutes, okay? So we're moving that foot down as far as it can go, and then you can bring yourself down. She's put on a cream, I can smell. It's not her cream. So this is a nice inner thigh, all the way down through the back of the knee a little bit too. It's strong, it's intense, and that's why I want to keep it for 2 minutes because I just really want us to benefit from it. The other one sort of you feel like you get enough after a minute, but this one definitely feel like it needs 2. And if you don't want to do the full 2 minutes, you can just have a break, drink some water after the first minute, and then join us again when we do the other side, because this is the last leg exercise on this side, and it is a minute now if you want to go and get a drink and just not continue for 2 minutes. A little bit longer team, we'll get through this. Just to smooth the transition, come up onto your hands. Very shortly we'll bring that foot in to get the other leg started. The bad thing about the other clock on my oven is it doesn't have a second hand. It's just got the minutes. But I'm going to get us to bring it in now anyway, just so we can balance right on down. And then set up the other foot in line with the knee. So you've got to touch the foot and the knee, and they should be touching. So you don't take the foot further forward, nor is it back too far. So again, hand can go underneath the heel, not touching down. Mama always leaves her clothes around the house. She's got a jumper here now. How do you get a kid to remember her clothes? Like every day I find one piece item of clothing, generally a jumper, because she never wants to put a jumper on, but I make her put it on, then she takes it off. Should I just not make her put a jumper on? There, I've just given myself the answer as I've been saying the problem. At least the weather is getting warmer. So that's okay, so come up out of that one, step the leg outside your body line, 90-degree angle, pick up the back knee, and so you're holding one or both feet. So this is my trouble knee. So for those of you who might have a trouble knee, you can just let the foot come down. I should have probably told you on the other side, and just push the hip forward. Sorry, I didn't mention it on the other side. Sorry, I looked to see where the vent was. I probably should have just moved myself over and seen in the screen. Relax the shoulders down, team. Does your face feel tighter? Let's move forward to release that knee. If it does, bring your foot out to the outside of your body line, and then come onto your elbows if you feel comfortable doing so. The reason I'm continuing with it is because I did feel it from the first time I did it. I'm like, oh yeah, like I said, I started doing it 10 years ago, and then I stopped after about a month. But this time, because I do see the difference in my face in terms of, you know, kids and lack of sleep and all the rest, I really want to stick to it this time. Last time I did it, I was, you know, still looked young. Not saying I look old, but I looked younger than my years, and I didn't need it. But I feel like I need it now. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so just push yourselves up, and then just keep the heel down, lift the toes, and we cross over. So we're holding on to the outside part of the leg or the foot, wherever you can reach. So just a minute on this one, and then we'll do 2 minutes on the next one. And then we'll get into a couple of neck stretches. After the next one, that's it in terms of legs. And now turn ourselves and creep your foot away from you. And then when you feel comfortable, sit down into it. So remember 2 minutes here and then we'll get into our next stretches. Oh, so tight, isn't it? I don't know for you, I definitely feel this stretch is extremely beneficial. So Val, seeing you love Pink, if you have any favourite songs of hers, it's got to be older stuff because I've got a CD, Greatest Hits of Pink, but it's an older one. I think it's like I bought it 10 years ago. Maybe 9 or 8 years ago. So it doesn't have the new stuff on it, but I reckon her old stuff is even better anyway. So if you have any like requests of those kind of songs, I'll work it in, I'll work an exercise into it. Nice pull all the way in through that thigh there. Actually, I ran into this other lady and she said that she hadn't been out of the house. Her kids hadn't been out of the house since March. I saw the boy and he was pretty much terrified me out. And he kept standing near the car and just saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. Very sad, very sad. I mean, they had anxiety issues before all of this anyway, but all right. So we're going to do some neck stretches now. So hands can be down to the side. I'll come closer just so I can see the clock. So take the head over to the side. Can you imagine being a 14-year-old and not wanting to leave your house and having been in the house for 5 months without leaving? I don't think that that's a very smart thing to do to your child. Very sad. I said to her, we go out every day just to get the kids out, just to keep them, with reality that there is like a world out there. You can't live in a little box. Not to mention the physical damage, not just the mental, or physically. You've got to be keeping your body healthy to feel better in your mind. You guys know it because you're here with me and with other fitness mediums every day, pretty much, most of you. Looking over to the other side. I'm the same, My physical well-being is very much interlocked and interlaced with my mental well-being. Just relax the shoulders right down and that will give you more of a pull through the neck again. And then we've just got one more stretch that will be moving. So it will be the chin tucking into the chest and then the head going back but not too far back. We want to protect our neck. So head back to the center, chin tucks in, and then bring it up as you inhale. Head goes back, not too far though. Inhale, head back to center. Exhale and chin to chest. Inhale, and we take the head back. right down. When you tuck the chin into the chest, go as far as you want. Coming up, inhale, and then go back. Just do a couple more each way. And just bring your head back to the center. Team, that's it for the session for the stretch. So like I said, if you have any pink favorites from old stuff, let me know. And yeah, so not this Saturday, next Saturday. So give me time to think about exactly what we're doing. It just popped into my head today when we were doing the first morning class, didn't it? Let's do a pink session. So yeah, let's do it. Have a good night. I'll see you back here on Friday or Saturday or back here from next week. Take care, team.